Without a doubt, the car is gorgeous.
Okay,
Right there.
we're on
Okay.
that level playing field there.
Okay.
Now,
The rough.
The looks of it.
Yeah.
Hypercar or supercar?
I'm gonna call it the MD1.
MD1.
Yeah.
What was that? Mondi?
It's got nothing to do with it. Not a thing to do with it.
what does MD
MD1,
stand
yeah.
It's
for?
gonna be the microphone drop.
Okay.
First one.
I showed him pictures of the car.
Yeah.
Have you seen the front of the car?
The
Yes.
car's beautiful.
You've seen the front of the car?
Yes.
I've seen. I saw
sketch.
2 renditions of it. I
Okay.
saw the initial one where, like, the front end's exaggerated, and then kind of the sketch back. It's
And the
beautiful.
side profile.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. And
This
then-
this is how this
It is
okay, so,
hands down the best looking car.
so what I've showed everybody in the footage already of the car, I kind of put up like a dummy like render.
No,
because
it wasn't a dummy. That was Houston's vision of the car. Okay.
Edmund takes credit for one thing right here.
okay, so-
He's about to get kicked out
So,
right now. Okay.
Houston had X amount of money, but building this car is going to cost millions of dollars.
I
So-
didn't have X amount of money. All right. I decided, hey, I need to buy other things like the Aventador outside, and I got someone who's not as intelligent as me, willing to spend more money than me. So I was like, hey, this is a really good idea.
Best
You know what I'm saying?
investment.
Like, Edmund, what's up? You know? All right.
So
back
this-
to reality.
no, no,
all right.
This is the break.
Okay.
No, hold up. This is a breakdown of it. This is how the story started. So Houston showed me the car.
And he was jealous, and he was like, man, I want to build my own car.
I've always wanted to build my own car. I always thought I
That's
need.
a true story.
This is the true part.
This goes
Yeah,
back to like
true
3
story.
years. So I saw the car. I fell in love with it. Houston being my friend, I said, whatever this car is, I'm going to buy your car. I'll be the first customer. I have to support you. And then over the weekend, I thought about it. I'm like, I really want to be a part of this project. So I call him. It was like the 45th hour. I call him. I said, Houston, I want to be a part of this project. He's laughing and goes, dude, I gave you 72 hours. You called me on like the 45th hour, whatever it is. So that's how we got involved. So Houston has X amount of money. I'm matching that.
Yes.
We're putting it together. So Houston's vision, with whatever money he wanted to spend, was going to build a super hypercar-ish.
Okay.
Right?
The thing is that Edmund and I sat down and we said, look, if I have extra budget, let's take it to the next level.
Correct.
And let's both brainstorm on the features of cars that we want to combine in what we have. And so my guys in Italy that you guys have met already, we went to the drawing table together, and
Correct.
we created something that we both that both of us are on the same page with.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so
It was
our vision.
75% me and 25% Edmund. He made one little feature on the car.
He chose the chassis. That's it.
Chassis, engine, interior.
By the way, so the
exterior.
engine is no longer
Listen,
the
before
engine
you-
is no longer a Gallardo engine. We cannot discuss it, but it's our own engine that we're making.
Listen, before you guys break your arms patting yourself on the back, let's get back to the point of all this, which is that, like, without a doubt, the car is gorgeous.
Okay,
Right there.
we're on
Okay.
that level playing field there.
Okay.
Now,
The rough.
The looks of it.
Yeah.
Hypercar or supercar?
understand, and I want to put this in
Hypercar
context
looks-
for
Without a
you.
doubt.
So, Mark,
Yeah,
now
without a
you
doubt.
understand the dimensions of the car. In the images you've seen, it's hard to see dimension. Okay, the dimensions of the car is 178 inches long. Okay, in the wheel or in the length of the car. All right, this is the length of an Aventador essentially, right? So 178 to 185 is the length of basically any hypercar,
But
like
nobody
LaFerrari.
says that though.
Correct.
Nobody says how long is it, and then
No,
they
I
go,
understand,
oh,
but it's
a
the
hypercar.
road presence. When you see a Huracan on the road, it looks like a small car.
It looks like
when
an
you see it.
F-150 is probably the same wheelbase. That doesn't make it a hypercar.
No, it's not about being a hyper. I'm just saying for you to see the look of the car and understand that it's a
scale of
very,
it.
it's a large, beautiful road presence car as well. Just so it doesn't look like a Huracan style, like small little tiny car with some cool look to it. It's a big ass car.
But listen, this is my problem with what you guys are calling it, and it's not really my problem. This is just consider me the little things that pop up on the side of a bowling alley.
You're the comment section of YouTube right now.
Exactly.
All right?
I want to
Thank
be.
you.
I want to be first. I want to be first.
He wants the pin comment.
This is
I
the
want,
pin.
I want my comment pinned.
This is the pin comment by Gutter Snake.
This is the thing. You guys don't leave any room to impress people.
There's plenty of room to impress
No,
people.
there isn't.
What we're
Now when-
talking about.
Listen, when you tell everybody the MD1 is a hypercar, take care of that for me.
Yeah.
When you tell everyone it's a hypercar, that's what it has to be. You are better off saying, we got bored, we threw this thing together, and watch people's heads explode when it hits the public, hits the internet, hits the world.
Of course.
You have to.
It's
I mean, the same thing.
The thing is that
promise,
when you,
over deliver.
But
that
what if we
like
over deliver
101.
beyond what is expectation,
But
right?
there's not even a name for that.
So make
Because
no
now we're
mistakes about
deciding:
it.
is it a mega
We're
car?
building
Is
a
it-
we're building a hypercar. Make no mistakes about it. This is not going to be a supercar. We'll call it a supercar just to keep Mark happy. But this is a hypercar. We
What
call
if
it
I made a
hypercar technology.
supercar that was like
hypercar looks, hypercar performance, actually beyond hypercar performance.
There is nothing that doesn't
What do you
exist.
what do you consider a hypercar?
NHRA is beyond hypercar performance. That's NHRA.
Okay, so
Yeah.
918 P1 LaFerrari hypercar.
Hypercars.
This
But
is
there's
going-
faster things than that.
Okay, so what's faster?
I don't know.
a
You guys-
Veyron is fast.
This is
Yeah.
going to be
A
faster than
Chiron
a
is fast.
Faster than a Chiron.
You know, these cars are like, but they're heavy. The Chiron is really like it's the hypercar of Grand Tours. Okay,
Correct.
all Bugattis are really
Classic.
Grand Tours. They're not really race cars.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's why I love the Veyron so much because it was just like everyday Bentley basically. I mean, just drive it around and it was smooth and comfortable. You know,
That was that's the magic of the Veyron.
You get
Is
exact. That's the magic of the Veyron. You get into a car like the Hennessy Venom F5. That's a car that's a very interesting car on the market because it's so fast, yet it's like
Would you consider that a hypercar?
it has to be, right? I mean, I understand it's
300
still loaded.
horsepower.
I don't know the car, so
Okay,
I know of the car.
The
I
Venom
know
GT,
it. Yeah,
right?
I know what you were talking
The
about.
F5 is identical in frame. Okay, Hennessy
body.
has laid they've laid a new body over it.
Still
but,
has a Corvette engine.
has basically a billet. I assume it's a billet. It looks like billet. It's not been stated if it's billet, but it looks like a 7.3 liter Corvette motor that's been upgraded with billet everything, and that can make 1,600 horsepower, which is a lot of power for a car that weighs 2,500 pounds. You know, so he's making a fast car. Now, the way I understand it right now, it's only available in 6-speed. Shima is the only gearbox company that really makes a gearbox that can handle more power than a standard dual clutch or something along those lines. Gearboxes in 1,500 horsepower plus are very hard. That's why Koenigsegg just did what looks to me like an ISR gearbox, like out of an Aventador, where it independently shifts. You know, everything's independent.
7 clutch systems.
Yeah,
So
well,
basically
9. They're
instead of
9.
7 forks, it's 7 clutches.
Yeah, they're nine forks.
Yeah.
You know, so
So-
it's very interesting. But I don't know how that's going to drive.
Like we're sitting here right now looking at the C class, right? Okay, basically this is Mercedes 3 Series, right?
Yeah.
For all things considered. When you put that thing in reverse, it cues up a camera that's a 360-degree view of the car, and it does all that. And those are the definitions of hypercar is insanely fast, but the gimmick of technologies. Somewhere in this car, the vibe of cell phone, awesome, there's an app for that, has to present itself. You know,
I'm in charge of that.
the holy
That's Edmund's
trinity.
division.
That's
yeah,
it.
the
Interior
holy
If the
car-
technology of this car
Technology
sucks,
and
it's
interior,
blame him.
that's me.
Yeah,
And
listen,
the looks of
there's
the
no
car.
doubt the thing is going to be, hey,
75,
hey,
25.
there's no doubt it's going to be fast.
Yes.
Right? But we were talking about it before in our random conversation. Fast is the easiest thing to accomplish in a car nowadays.
If it
Making
has
power,
hybrid technology and active aero,
We're not going to have active aero. I'm not doing
we're
that.
going to have active aero.
I don't want any hydraulic on my car. I've had too many 720s
You're just
to have
McLaren'd
hydraulics.
out, that's why.
I'm just, there's no way a multi-billion-dollar company can't make active
Choke that
aero
hard.
work if it's not possible.
It's based off of hydraulics. We're going to use electric.
Yeah, vacuum.
Vacuum.
We're going to the 80s, guys. We need vacuum actuators, okay?
So,
McLaren, I still
Listen,
love
what-
if you
please,
want
I'm
something,
gonna
if you
listen.
want
I'm just,
I'm in.
I just want to apply the most basic level of under promise, so you guys can over deliver.
Absolutely.
And right now, to use the word hypercar gives you no room.
Okay, guys,
I know
we're
you
making
guys-
a C class that looks like
Absolutely,
hypercar. That's it.
Exactly.
I mean, essentially,
You're
we
making
can
a
call
hard
it an
top
Alfa Romeo.
Miata.
All right?
What?
We're modifying an Alfa Romeo.
It's going to be the Alfa Romeo 9C or
Yeah.
whatever. You know, it's the 9C. You know, but what I'm telling you is just the car speaks for itself. You know, I have seen it, or at least it's rendered. You know, and it's gorgeous. It's going to sit on every pedestal that you guys put it on, and it's going to, as that thing spins around, it's not going to have a bad angle. The car is beautiful.
Yeah.
You guys are just like Elon Musking it to death, and it's basically
I
like.
see your point.
Yeah.
I do see your point.
Don't
And,
Elon Musk it to death.
This video is going to be called Hypercar Talk.
Except between Houston and I
I don't even know all the tricks you guys have up your sleeve. You
which-
guys
yeah,
have been
there's
great.
a lot of things we cannot discuss.
Absolutely.
This is a very interesting thing.
But between
Now,
Houston and I,
As of right now, whatever it is, March 20th, what is today? 18th, 19th, 20th, somewhere in the middle
of March.
Yeah,
19th.
somewhere in the middle of March.
19th.
From what I've seen of the car itself, the raw car itself, from what I've heard of you guys, that whole middle section that I don't know about is where, when I hear the terminology, I go, like, the reality is that the easiest thing for you to do is to make 2,000 horsepower.
of course.
But at the end of the day, making 2,000 horsepower means the car's going to go 300 miles and need a total engine rebuild, or it's not going to be fun because it's not going to be reliable. Those cars are designed to get launched down some airfield somewhere, blow up, and bring home a little glass trophy.
I promise you it's going to be reliable.
Well,
All right?
That's
That's
not going to have 2,000 horsepower.
it doesn't need all that power because it's a light car.
Yeah.
The car is going to weigh less than 2,500 pounds. Okay?
and as big as an Aventador.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's basically an engine right now, and if you don't put
Dude,
now
have you
listen.
seen his plans for the interior?
Okay, let me rephrase
It's going
that.
to be carved
All right.
from oak.
The car cannot weigh more than 3,000. I really
Basically.
don't want it to go over 3,000. Now, the point is that right now I've got a very purist thing in mind. Okay, the idea of
Did you drive it?
technology and all that stuff makes me understand it's unreliable. Okay, I've had every car ever made in the past 5 years. Okay,
Let me ask you this.
I don't like anything to do with hypercar technology. All right, every car I've ever owned has had so many problems. Every McLaren, I've ever owned, and they use nothing but hydraulics.
Listen, considering the vastness of your garage, if I called you on a Saturday and said, listen, me, 9 of our buddies, we're just gonna go have a drive and have fun. Knowing what the size of your garage and what you have at your disposal, what car would you choose for that?
I'm going to say a Huracan. I'm going to say Huracan, even in the Aventador.
think so, yeah.
My Aventador has 70,000 miles on it, and it drives every day. I have no issues.
What
know,
is
the only thing
what is
today-
that gut thing that told you that's the car I want to take? Why would you want to
Today,
take that car?
because I know it's going to impress you. I know you're going to be able to enjoy every minute of it. The one thing
No,
about a
I'm going to
Huracan.
drive my own car. I might chase you down in my M3. I don't care about that. I'm
Let's
saying-
just say you're a customer that comes in and you're a big group of
I
guys.
asked
So
the
it's
question.
obviously-
You can't porcupine me and
between
give
the
me a
cars he
question
has,
back.
it's the looks, the appearance, the presence, the
It-
sound.
for me, when
the
I
feel.
recommend a car, it's usability, right?
Yeah.
If a guy comes in and he,
So why would
he
you go
wants,
with an Aventador? 'Cause,
That's the car that you're going to
they're not
enjoy on this
great to
little
drive.
drive of all of us just.
I
Blah,
was
blah, blah.
going to say I pick a Huracan. The Huracan's the car I pick for everybody
I pick a
because
720 or the GT3 RS.
the
I don't
GT3 is the
think you-
second car I pick for people because it's very loud, obnoxious, and it's stiff. So when you give it gas, it makes you emotionally feel something different
I
than
didn't-
every other car.
Listen, I didn't ask for the. Like, I just walked into your dealership and give me a recommendation. I asked, we're going out to eat. What are you going to drive? What car is going to make you say, I'm out with 9 of my other friends and I'm having fun? I'm having, I want you to pull up
The Aventador.
to whatever restaurant we go to,
The
get
Aventador.
out of the car and be like, dude, that was so much fun.
The
Let's
Aventador.
eat."
The
So
Aventador, hands
is
down.
your car.
It's the car. It's just the sound of it, the size of it, the way it shifts. I love that transmission because I know how to use it, right?
So
that's the reason
Forget,
why.
forget
Listen,
the cars you have.
the
If you
long
could
way
pick
ar-
any car.
The long
in
way
world,
around that
I
map.
would pick the Veyron, but I'm not. I'm trying to be fair
I'd
to the
pick a
situation because
personal-
I love my Veyron,
Yeah, yeah.
and I think that's the car that I want because the Veyron is the car that is smooth, it's obnoxious, but when you give it gas, it sounds like a F-16 jet taking off. And I love being always in the front of the line. I love having the fastest car because it's so much fun to be in front.
Right.
You know?
So to give a hint what the interior is going to look like, if I could choose any car to go to this dinner with, it would be a Pagani. So
Pagani is tough, man. I
Think
like
of
the
that as far as
Pagani.
interior.
That's the problem. Pagani is overkill, right? Do you agree with me? Pagani is like this,
he's
like
never liked him.
I don't-
Whatever
I-
reason.
Pagani's like
I've
Versace.
always loved him. He's never
Okay,
liked him.
you know Versace, right?
Yes.
When you see someone wearing a Versace suit, you're just like, oh my god, like this is like
Strong.
$3,000-4,000 of gold on your jacket. You know?
You remember when
Pagani
you-
is like that.
When you remember when you were in grade school and you used to open up your little pouch that had your mechanical pencil that was state of the art, and you also pulled out a little pink eraser.
That's it.
Okay, that little pink eraser that's about that big.
Yeah.
Okay, when I was a little kid, I had that little eraser. And what I used to do to that
Carve
little
it.
eraser was I used to carve cars out of it.
Okay.
And every single one,
Looks just like
no
a
matter
Bugatti.
how hard I tried, ended up looking like a Bugatti.
Oh,
So let's
man.
just say from 30 years ago to today,
Yeah.
I can look at a Pagani and go, been there, done that. I designed that car when I was 9.
I
You
love
know?
the look of the outside of the Pagani, and I love the features it has. When I sit in a Pagani in the interior, I enjoy the switches. I enjoy some of the stuff, but the dash is
too
overkill for
much.
me. It's like it's
Ergonomically,
really
it
bright.
doesn't feel right.
Ergonomically, it's the
steering wheel.
ergonomically it's the worst car I've ever sat in. Okay, like the worst car I've ever sat in. It's weird. You sit like in a bucket. You can't see over the steering wheel. The fuse box is right. Like when you take a steering wheel, like straight through you, the fuse box has little straps coming out of it. It's very thrown together.
No place to put your
I
hands.
feel like every so many people design different parts of Pagani,
Yeah.
and they all put
they
them
don't
in one.
like each other.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
there was 10 guys that designed the interior of a Pagani, and none of them talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel like it was put together. Whereas the Veyron is simplistic, right? You have one center console with your controls and everything.
Germany, Italy.
Yeah.
It's
So.
it's got to be a, you know, the Senna is cool. I like just the one single screen. You know, I think that's a cool idea.
Similar to
But
mine.
I don't like like when you go through a McLaren like tech feature, it's terrible. You gotta like when you have to slide right to raise your AC or your volume, and you're driving these ridiculously cars like this, and you're trying to move the buttons. It just the simple.
Listen, my
just
biggest
turn the
So we
dial.
can't do that?
My
I just
biggest
don't think
grief-
it's a good idea.
My grief.
I gotta scratch all my ideas.
Okay, my grief is this: is that I don't want to push a bunch of buttons and then at the end have it say activate. Like,
Yes.
I
why do I
agree.
have to
Yeah,
do it twice?
correct. Yes.
You know?
I'm sport mode. This,
Yeah,
and then we're gonna
click, click.
activate.
Same one.
Like, give me honestly, and since you're doing the interior, give me the GTR row.
Perfect.
All right.
Yeah.
I want chill. I want comfort, and I want everything to light up red when I've decided to kill myself.
Exactly.
Period.
That's the key.
Simplicity,
Simplicity.
is the new beauty.
And I'm
All right.
also in charge of the suspension.
What are you talking about? Always is in charge of the suspension.
Let Owens do it.
He's Edmund has
I
made
just wanna
these
take as much credit
recommendations,
as I possibly
and like they were already in the works. Okay, just FYI. Okay,
I'm
Edmund,
designing the entire car.
March 20th. All right, this is what we're at.
March 19th.
March 19th. How much money have you invested in this project?
The ideas are money. Hey, okay, so
$9,250 so far.
I'm
And
waiting for every single bill that's gonna come from now on, which is going to be over $1 million.
Trust me, I'm spending this money. I promise you that. Okay, I promise you, I will spend the. If I have a $1 million budget, I'm spending $1,001.
Yeah,
All right,
you-
that's the way it's going.
There's more than $1 million that we're putting on my end.
It's so much money.
It's infinite.
It's so much
Our
money.
checkbooks are open to this because we want to create the greatest car.
It's like I told Edmund, you were shopping for hypercar. I'm shopping for hypercar. Okay, I'm going like I drove your Murcielago and I was just so in love with it. There's something about the Murcielago's emotional state of when you get in that car and you're shifting those gears.
Yes.
And it's just like it brings you back to when cars used to be amazing, right? Nowadays, cars are great. Don't get me wrong, but like I said, the Huracan, it started with the GTR. Nissan started this, okay? Nissan started this by putting a car, making it so controllably fast, being able to push it to the extreme, and it never doubting you, right? The car was the driver at that point, right?
Yes.
Do you agree the GTR started that?
I agree.
458 came out with the dual clutch transmission, right? And it just changed everything for hypercar or supercars. Lambo fell in line, everybody fell in line. They made these ridiculous transmissions that shift in blinks of seconds, and it's amazing. But to be honest, it took all the fun away. You could twin turbo a Huracan, close your eyes and floor it, and you go straight. You can't do that in a Murcielago. If you take two hands off the wheel in a Murcielago, it's a little dangerous.
Ask me, I would know.
I mean, it really is. You know, even the Veyron, I made it rear-wheel drive because all-wheel drive is boring to me. You know, and it's like, I love it, and I go back, this is the point, is like I go back and try to, like, I want to replace the Veyron, I want to get something raw, and I want to get something crazy, I want to get something that's going to kill me, kind of. And that car is like a Koenigsegg CCX. But it's funny because you're the complete opposite of that. I'm trying to replace the car, and I keep finding myself back at this Koenigsegg CCX. The Koenigsegg Agera R and Agera RS, they're great cars, but they're a little bit out of my budget. I actually, would like to get a car like that, but it puts us back to the same thing. Like, why do I want to go with the paddle gearbox and kind of go with something a little bit more refined? You know, the feeling of this emotional like masterpiece like the Murcielago is that you fucking drive it. If you don't drive it, it will kill you. And if you drive it too crazy, it will kill you. It's like my Lotus. It's just, it will kill you if you do it wrong. And there's some kind of like, I don't know, there's just a great feeling when you drive something like that.
So,
and you're the opposite. It's crazy to me.
In conclusion, you want the visceral, scary car. I want a refined, luxurious art piece.
Art is great.
A lot of technology. So
technology is
we're
where
mixing
where
both of our
lose.
visions.
The
Exterior
technology.
well.
It's just that's the problem. Is the technology for me? Is that you want to throw a hybrid engine in there, but then how often does the LaFerrari?
We can't talk about we can't talk about the tech that we're putting into this car. It has to be a surprise. What is it? When are we unveiling this car? We're not doing Geneva anymore. We actually bumped it up.
August.
Yeah.
16th, 17th, and 18th.
At Monterey.
In Monterey Car Week.
We just got our mansion, so we're gonna have.
We booked the biggest house. I swear in all of the whole country. All right. Not by on purpose. It just that was the only one available. Okay. All the little tiny ones that were affordable. Fortunately, we're already booked. So we're paying 3 Huracans for this.
We're gonna have a live DJ. It's all the who's in the entire world are gonna be there.
Hold on. We actually need a free DJ. So reach out to us. Okay. We need some internship going on right now. All right, because we booked the most expensive house ever.
Marshmallow Tiesto, if you guys are listening.
We're gonna need you at a launch party, and we're offering 3% off the price of the car if you want a DJ there. Just kidding.
It's gonna be a fun party.
August 16th, 17th, and 18th, and we're gonna invite a lot of people. All right, we're gonna invite all the influencers, automotive journalists, and we're really gonna make a statement there because, like I said, Edmund and I's vision is very focused, and we're really on the same page. I know we bicker back and forth about it, but we actually have, I think, the perfect balance of what today's market needs as far as a car.
Because we're both in the market for different cars. There's 10 different cars we're looking at, so we're incorporating all 10 different cars into one. We're taking the best of all worlds, putting it into one car.
And the experience of all the cars that each of us has owned, what we like, what we dislike. I mean, we have such a wide variety of ownership in cars. I mean, I have everything new from the past 5 years, and you've had a lot of old stuff before me, and which is great because the stuff that you have is what I want, and the stuff that I have is what you want. And so I think we're really on the same page. So to conclude this video, the longest video that I've ever made. Why is it when I get around you, I make these 28-minute videos?
30-minute long.
It's ridiculous. He talks too much.
It's so fun being around me.
Well, thank you, Mark, for your knowledge. I know he's over there getting some cars on the rack. So
we're wrapping up the video.
We're wrapping up the video now.
Did you say everything I said was BS?
No.
So he said thank you for your knowledge.
Yeah, we're making a red M3 with 800 horsepower. Perfect already.
Yeah, we're actually competing with the Ferrari 360.
M3 is a perfect example. My car is perfect for what I do. I drive it every day.
Yes, but
now, are there cars that are faster? Absolutely. Are there cars with better brakes? 100%. Are there cars that have more technology? Duh, my car is 6 years old now. So
7.
all of those things. But every time
we're not making a daily driver.
No.
Limited to 25 a year. There are pieces that are going to be stored. Ours are going to be driven.
If you guys,
if you store your car, you
don't get one.
All right, you don't get one.
Okay. Go buy a Ford GT, all right?
Exactly. Buy a Ford GT because in about 2 years, every single one of them is going to be on the market, all right? Because that's when they'll legally be allowed to be on the market, and they'll all be $350,000. Mark my words.
Anyway, the MD1 is not a hypercar.
We're not calling it MD1.
No, we're not calling it. It's his nickname.
I'm calling it.
We don't have a name for it yet.
Operation
right?
MD1.
I have a name. Once again, I'm coming up with a
name. Hey, you want to call it Ragnarok still?
No, we can now. We're not doing that.
We can now.
Thor's Hammer? No, MD1. That'll be its operational name. You guys
all right, we'll call it MD1 until then.
The MD1 until then, all right?
MD1.
Okay, we have to end this 28-minute video.
It's probably 29 minutes.
Listen, if it's 15, get rid of 13 minutes of this. Whatever they said, cut all that out.
Yeah,
just use what I said.
Yeah. Like that.
Yeah. Royalty, my face, credits. Done.
That's it.